Hello, day 40. I don't even know what day we're in the year so far, but I'm on day 94. And I skipped yesterday. Well, I put a like one of those brief messages out. What do you call those things? A short quickie. I could use a quickie. Day 93, 94. I'm going 94. What the hell? I got nothing to lose, people. I love that yesterday I talked about the shadow side of me because I was having these witnessing epiphanies around my shadow self trying to get me in line and put me in line. And I had these like not this knowledge like that it's generational and that it's in my genes and that I had done the tapping to be worry free and the inside of my body was going, oh no, you don't. You will not be worry free, biatch. I mean, really, seriously, it was bad. And I got defensive and angry and agitated, and it felt like I was a kid, you know? And so I went to my therapist on Wednesday night. It's Thursday night now. I went to my therapist on Wednesday night and we're sitting there talking. And even before I bring all of this up, she starts talking about my generational gene um, patenting, messaging, what they're learning in trauma about human beings is that our trauma is not something that we can brain our way out of. Like, we can create habits, we can do whatever, we can do all kinds of things, but our trauma is in a subconscious level of, it's not even, it's like in our body. And so it goes back to our Neanderthal days, right? Where we lived in smaller groups and died. And so as um, modern Homo sapien man, we decided to live in larger groups, which created certain norms, but we lived because we had more division of duties and a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so I was like, I cannot believe you are talking about this right now because I was just thinking about this yesterday about how my inner voice, inner child, inner core is going, get in line, get in line. We don't care whether or not you like the line you're in, but get in it. And even my family, who comes from the same genetic makeup, is always the tales are the same. It's like corralling me back to this zone that I'm going, I don't want to live in that zone. I don't think I want to live in that zone, people. I would like to live outside of that zone. I'm going to float through. I'll drive through the zone really fast in turbo, whoop, back again. I do not want to live in this zone that limits my emotional freedom, physical freedom, mental freedom, spiritual freedom to be whatever, whatever, whatever. So I thought that was fascinating. And so today was simple, just simple. I went walking. I did some packing. I did some things that were easy for me to do. And I helped the dog get into this new little carrier. I'm trying to get her used to it. I don't know if it's going to work. She's a little bigger than, it says it's up to 35 pounds. She's only 26 pounds, but she's bigger than the carrier. You know what I mean? Whatever. And then I also had to find a soft muzzle for her. So we put that on for like 2 minutes just to say, like, it's fun. I pretended to wear it. Then I gave it to her. So, and we sat in the sun and we just kind of did our thing today. And I did meet a guy who owns a local brewery, and we talked a lot about future plans. And I said, I'm I'm going to be gone for 6 months, but I'll come back in 6 months and check in. And if you haven't done a lot of stuff and you want to do more, I'm in, man. I'm in. So because he wants to do bakery things and he wants to continue his brewery and he wouldn't mind having someone to help out. And I'm like, uh, hello, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. So I thought that was cool. So anyway, that's all that happened to me today. What happened to you today? Oh, the other thing I'm gonna do is there's some more manifesting um, courses like type stuff, like programs. Everybody offers a bunch of programs, so I'm gonna go and check out some more of the programs. One of them I only have 24 hours more to peruse, but it sounds pretty cool, so I'm gonna go do that. And I'll let you know what I get out of it. And in the meantime, my therapist actually said she wanted to see my tapping routine, and I gave it to her, and she was like, "Well, you hit all the meridian points." Remember to say the word meridian. And she said, I think you can go ahead and do that, and it'll help. Maybe it'll help bring up because she says that there's a point where a lot of therapy can help you, but there's a point where it's cognitive therapy, and some of the stuff is on the inside. So what works for the inside? And I said, spiritually, my collective connection. She believes I am pretty connected because it freaks her out a little bit sometimes when I tell her some of the stuff I tell her about how I have perceived things or got things or received things. And she's like, yeah, wow, yeah. And then in the meantime, I said, I think some of it will come from recognizing that that's the case, that it's we've talked about that before, that it's in the genes, but this is now like this is the first time I've been able to like witness it in a way that feels very separate. And so she was kind of like, well, I think you might be able to do some work with that, because sometimes I've seen people just being aware of it has improved their outlook, their trauma reactions, their behavior going forward, just by being aware of it. Whereas others have had total nightmares and shit shows because it's been impossible for them to reconcile with the unconscious. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to be the other extreme. I ain't going to be a shit show. I'm going to be like, you know, I get it. I get it. Let it go, man. Whoop. She said, I have a wall that's up to here. She said, at least my head's still free. She said, because some people it's not. She says, but it looks like yours is about here, and you've got to bring that wall down so that you can let people in, because you don't let people in. And I'm like, oh, I know. So anyway, I'm letting y'all people in, and nobody even comments. So, really, okay? She wants me to trust people? What the hell? If I'm so boring you can't comment, what the hell? But that's okay, because it's for me anyway. So I've already told her I've learned to live by myself very well, and I can, and I do, and I like myself. So I'm good. Thank you. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.